Yeah, yes, yeah.
Shiva, 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 Shambho. 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 Jaya 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 Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho 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 Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho 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 Shiva Shiva Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho Shiva 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 Shambho. Let's whisper. Shiva 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 Shambho. Whisper to your heart. Shiva 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 Shambho. To the ethers. Shiva 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 Shambho. Shiva
Welcome, everybody. This is one of the highlights for me every year, coming to these plenary sessions. The yogic practices are so deeply inspiring in the way they awaken us, move our energy, give us an experience that we can take home. And these sessions, I find, are so deeply inspiring to the mind and heart. They give us more resources and light the fire that drives us to want to go deeper, to try harder, to overcome the next block, to be graceful as much as we can in each and every circumstance. So today we're going to look at the topic of peace and sustainability, and it's such a blessing to be here with Pujya Swami Sadhvi Ji, Gauranga Das Prabhu, and Hansa Yogendra. As we know, especially those of you here, yoga is so much more than the asana practice. Yoga is a lifestyle. When you come here, as Sean said last night in the welcome ceremony, when you come here, you're welcomed home. And you're aware that when you're in somebody's home, there's a certain protocol, there's certain values, there's certain rituals, there's certain ways of being that you're invited into. And when you come here to Parmarth Niketan, you're coming to a place that represents living yoga. You're coming under the masterful guidance of these beautiful leaders who are teaching how to serve through their own behavior, through their own way of being. Because yoga is how we hold ourselves in each and every moment. Yoga is how we relate to the earth. It's how we relate to water, to the rivers, to the water that we drink, to the waste that we produce. Yoga is living in conscious contact with that source of knowing within us, right? Yoga is being in conscious relationship with others. Yoga is taking care of all of our environment and our family and greater community. And I feel that when we come into the remembrance of that, then the practices we do on the mat take on a different flavor, a different color. Well, now we're not just doing this for us. What can I gain from this? How am I going to reach my own enlightenment? It becomes more, okay, can I just move myself through the areas where I'm feeling judgment, where I'm feeling separate, where I'm disconnected, so that in my relationships with my environment and those around me, I can really be the best version of myself. So when you're under guidance, as luminous as we have here, and you get to hear their inspiration and what drives them and some of the incredible things that they do, I hope that that lights a fire in your heart to walk through life with such deep gratitude. Wow, we have all stepped onto this path of yoga. We've gone through the portal into this lifestyle. And what does it really mean? And our presenters or speakers here today have all, in their individual ways, really established something beautiful that they share. So, without further ado, we will have each person share. So first, I'd like to start with Gauranga Das Prabhu. Welcome. Many of you may know of Radhanath Swami, and so they are colleagues. I don't know if colleagues is the right word, but Disciple. He's a disciple of Raghunath Swami. Beautiful. So he comes and he's the founder and head of the Govardhan Ecovillage. And if you haven't heard of the Govardhan Ecovillage, I highly recommend that you look it up and you just see what they're doing as an example of sustainable living, dedicated to the principles of sustainable living. And this is something that each and every one of us, if we can begin to bring some of these elements into our life, we can start to change things, not just for ourselves, but all those around us. So welcome, Gauranga Das Prabhuji. So lovely that you're here.
Speak. How many? What? Thank you. Yes. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshi Shunyavadi Paschata Deshtarane Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. First of all, my heartfelt pranams to Param Pujya Swami Chidanand Saraswatiji, Pujya Sadhvi Bhagawati Ji, Hansa Ji, and to all the assembled yogis who are present here for this International Yoga Festival. I'll speak on the principle of yoga as aligning to one's eternal identity. The Bhagavad Gita speaks of 5 principles: Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. Today, the world is experiencing turbulence in terms of mental health. Almost 300 million people across the world are experiencing stress, anxiety, and mental health challenges of different varieties. What is the root cause of this? How can yoga address this issue? I was a student in IIT Mumbai. When I was in my last year, one of my friends tried to commit suicide. We were all shocked because we never expected someone of this caliber to try to commit suicide, because he was always the topper in class. I approached him and said, "What happened? Why did you try to commit suicide?" And he said, "In every exam I would get the gold medal. In this exam, I got the silver medal. I could not handle it." So stress is defined as the gap between expectation and reality. And so amazingly, in that same exam, in the same campus, 3 or 4 of my other friends, they failed in 4 or 5 subjects. But they were moving around the campus peacefully, blissfully, as if nothing happened, blessing others. Relax, be cool. Why are you in anxiety? Look at our example. 4 subject fail. Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu. So I got bewildered. And I asked my friends that you guys seem to be pretty shameless, that you have failed in 3-4 subjects, but still you are moving around as if nothing happened. What gives you that strength? Other guy got silver medal, he's trying to kill himself. So they said, our philosophy in life is simple. Entering college is our job. Taking us out of college is college's job. So I realized that our modern education system is teaching us how to be successful. They are not teaching us how to be happy. And the difference between success and happiness is success is to get what you like, and happiness is to like what you get. And that's what philosophy and yoga is teaching. And therefore, yoga gives us the ability to be rooted in our eternal identity as a soul. The jiva, when tries to exploit prakriti, nature, under the influence of kala, time, and engages in karma activity, that exploitative tendency and thinking that I am the proprietor, enjoyer, controller, that is technically known as bhoga. And therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains, Tribidham narakasyedam dwaram nashanamatmana kamam krodham tatha lobham tasmat etat trayam tajet. Please try to give up these three gateways to hell, O Arjuna: lust, anger, and greed. And therefore, when the soul is in great anxiety, because he's creating identities around his ability to exploit and enjoy. And therefore, the Bhagavatam defines that each one of us who's endeavoring to be successful and happy in life, we are only trying to manipulate and control 8 identities. Someone may be a businessman, someone may be a professional, someone may be a housewife, someone may be a school student, college student, whatever. Whatever may be the kind of background you are coming from, if you're living life in this world from birth to death, we are simply trying to manipulate our identities around these 8 items. If someone says, what's life all about? Life is all around these 8. And the cause of all our anxiety is our inability to manage our identities around these 8 as per our expectation. And happiness and paradigm of success is when we are able to manage our identity with respect to these 8. What are these 8? Atmajaya sutagara pashudravina bandhushu rajye chabikale nityam virudha mamatam jaho. The Bhagavad Puran describes this 8 very graphically through the realization of Maharaj Parikshit, who is suddenly cursed to die in 7 days and 7 nights. And then he is seeing all my identities are being stripped away. And therefore the moment of death is extremely terrifying, because a day may be disappointing, a week may be pathetic, a month may be terrifying, very difficult. The year may be difficult to forget. But these are all distresses we experience because of one or a few of these identities which we are not able to manage. But death means all these 8 are being stripped away. And therefore, the prospect and the thought of death is most terrifying. So what are these 8 identities which we are falsely trying to create around ourselves? First is Atma, with respect to the body. Because Atma can mean mind, Atma can mean senses, Atma can mean soul, Atma can mean intelligence. But in this context, it means body. The body is something which is the cause of all of our prosperity, adversity, efforts. We have identity with respect to our body. The body is healthy. The body is young. The body is old. The body is this, body is that. So with respect to the body, we have certain identities. And therefore, this body is the cause of creating anxiety when the identity changes. So when a person suddenly goes from youth to old age, the identity that I am young, I am strong, I am healthy, I can do things on my own, that changes. And therefore, a visit to a doctor can be the cause of great trauma. Because the doctor's report come out and say that, well, till a few moments back, your identity was, I am healthy. Now after this report from the radiologist, your identity has become, I have a body which is attacked by cancer. So suddenly, the whole identity has changed. Therefore, when I was in, ashram, when I joined in 1994, I was sent to the kitchen to serve, and I was doing seva in the kitchen. One young monk joined, nice 6.5 foot tall, very strong, powerful, very well built. And they sent him to the kitchen to serve with me. So I looked at him and said, look, all the other sevas are covered, but there is nobody to roll chapatis. And you are very strong, powerful, and we didn't have a atta making machine. So I thought you will be good. You can wrestle with the atta and make, good chapatis. So I engaged him rolling chapatis, making the chapatis. So for 1 week he was doing that. After 1 week he came up to me. And then he started complaining. And he said, you have not recognized my talent. I'm so powerful, I'm so strong. I can do so many things. I've got such a towering personality. When I stand up and give lecture in my village, the whole village comes and listens to me. And I joined the ISKCON so that I can become a speaker of the Bhagavad Gita. And with this kind of personality I have, thousands of people would get attracted. I came to become a charismatic preacher, not to roll chapati in the kitchen. I said, why you are telling me? I am also doing the same in the kitchen. So there's no point you and me talking about it. He said, no, I'm just opening my heart to you. After a week, again he came and complained. I came to ISKCON to become a preacher, using my personality, my strength, my power, not to roll chapati. 1 month later he came, packed up his bag and told me he's going. He went home and while going also made the same dialogue. I didn't join here to roll chapati. 10 years later I met him at a program. He came running up to me after the program. He came up to me and said, after I left the ashram, I got married. After marriage, my wife got back pain. Every day at home, I am only making chapati. So today, I have a healthy body. Tomorrow, some part of my body will not function properly. The identity changes. That is called first, Atma. Second, Jaya. Identity with respect to husband or wife. And therefore, when there is separation in a relationship, it causes a lot of pain, a lot of difficulty, a lot of trauma. And so, when that kind of a situation happens, each one of us have an identity with respect to that relationship. The third is Sutta, children. And all these three are interconnected. Husband, wife, child. And so parents have a relationship, have an identity with respect to the child. My child should be doing like this, child should be doing like that. Father is teaching son mathematics. And father asks the son, beta, 9 multiplied by 8 is how much? The son says, 9 multiplied by 8 is 78. Father says, excellent, fantastic, great answer, take a cookie. The father's friend is standing nearby. He says, 9 multiplied by 8 is 72. Your son is saying 78. You are rewarding him. What kind of mathematics you are teaching him? Father said, yesterday I asked the son same question, 9 multiplied by 8. Yesterday he said 88. Today he has come to 78. Maybe in a couple of days he'll come to 72. If I start imagining that my son has to become Einstein and Newton, and I start imposing upon him, then that will create another kind of stress. And many times we find in today's society, parents are in greater stress than the child with respect to various things. So we have an identity with respect to the children, with respect to the husband and wife. So these are the first 3, Atma, Jaya, Sutta. 4th is Agara, an identity with respect to house. 2 BHK, 3 BHK, 4 BHK, rented house, own house. And when something changes in that house, it has an effect, an impact upon us. And the proof is you can go to the courts and see the number of litigations which are happening with respect to property. Pashu. The 5th is with respect to our identity with respect to vehicle. Vehicles also become status symbol. Apart from the fact that they can transport us, what kind of vehicle? Then Dravina, 6th, is identity with respect to wealth. I am worth this much. My net worth is this much. And suddenly when there is, a huge financial disaster, the business collapses, his identity is, I'm a successful businessman, but the balance sheet is showing something else. So it becomes very difficult to reconcile between the reality that, there is huge debt, which the books are showing, but within my mind the identity is, I am supposed to be a successful businessman. This gap is too much to bridge. And so when there is a financial meltdown, many people, because of that loss in their identity, sudden collapse of their identity, they take their lives. They commit suicide. And it happens many times. Dravina. So many times people feel wealth means the amount of money which we have. But wealth, as per the Gita and the Vedic literatures, is defined as having those things which money cannot buy is real wealth. I was giving a lecture in some college outside of India, and after the lecture one young student came up to me and he started speaking to me in Hindi. I looked at him and said, you don't look Indian, but you're speaking Hindi, how? He said, I'm son of a multimillionaire. I grew up in a huge house, mansion with golf course and this and that. But when I was 17 years old, I asked my dad, you have given me everything in life, Dad, except the experience of a family. Because when I was 2 years old, you were divorced. I have a deep hankering to experience what is family. Today, a country like Luxembourg has 88% divorce rate. Spain has 65% divorce rate. Russia has 55% divorce rate. America has 46% divorce rate. The global divorce rate is 44%. Even as of today, India has the lowest divorce rate at 1% only. But if we do not invest in family as an institution, things are going to collapse more than ever before. So this person, he flew into India, this boy, and he came to some house, and there he saw paying guests allowed, and he went and told them, allow me to stay in your house as a ping guest for 2 years only. just to experience what it means to be part of a family. If you allow me to stay for 2 years and experience what is family life, I will pay a monthly rent of 1 lakh rupees for the next 2 years. That family said, why 2 years? Stay whole life. And then they said, if you have other friends also who want to experience what is family, we will open 1 or 2 other rooms also. Goldman Sachs came with a report that between 2015 to 2025, the infrastructure investment required for India would be almost $1.4 trillion. Out of that, $800 billion would come from family savings. And therefore, most people think that the biggest contributor to economy is the corporate. No, the biggest contributor to economy is the housewife. Because unless there is family feeling, there will not be family saving. And therefore, Dravina, wealth means not just money or net worth, but prosperity, artha, which includes all of these elements. And then bandhushu, which means social acceptance or rejection. What will people say? If I don't do this, what will happen? And nowadays, because of social media, comparisons have grown so much, people are becoming paranoid. Just because of the number of likes they get, just because the number of this they get and that, they feel stressed. So therefore, this sense of comparison is something which is very, very powerful. Comparing, complaining, criticizing are the 3 cancers of the mind. A friend of mine went to a conference and somebody gave him a business card, and in that was written his name and below was his educational qualification, and the educational qualification said PhD BF. He said, PhD, I know. What is this BF? He said, PhD but fail. He said, what is this? He said, I didn't want to be PhD. My father forced me to enroll for PhD. Why? 2 of my cousins were PhD. And he said, if you are not PhD, it will not look good in our family circle. So under pressure, I enrolled. After 2 years, I realized it is not in my skill set. I dropped out. But there was pressure, you should attend conferences. I thought if there is no PhD in the card, people will think I'm gate crashing. So I added PhD and added BF. But you know what? Most people think the BF is a degree beyond PhD. You are the first person who's kind of getting so deep into what is this. So this is a very, very crucial thing. And Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana bahushakha yanantascha buddhayoho avyavasainam. My dear Arjuna, understand the privilege you have as a soul. Invest in your spiritual life with business-like professionalism. Vyavasaya atmika buddhi. And therefore, this is the 7th, which is social comparison. Atma jaya asuta agara pashu dravina bandhushu. And last is rajye, which is our influence, area of control, or what we technically call as career. That means when I make a decision and communicate that decision, how much of this planet moves, that is our influence. And therefore, one of the biggest causes of anxiety is when people go through promotions, appraisals. And I've been in the ICU where one of my friends got a heart attack, and I said, why did you get this heart attack? And he said, There were recent promotions, and someone who was 2 levels junior to me was promoted and made my boss. And the worst part was I was the one who recruited him. And I couldn't handle it. So the business schools, MBA degrees teach you how to get that position. They don't teach you what to do when he or she gets that position. And this is the reality. Therefore, this is the conclusion, that we have these 8 identities, and right from morning 9 o'clock till night 9 o'clock, we are trying to manipulate our identity with respect to these 8. With my body, with husband or wife, with children, with house, with our vehicles, with wealth, with our social esteem and acceptance and rejection, and our career. Naturally, these 8 are constantly in flux. And if we imagine these 8 to be our identity, when they are in flux, you will be in anxiety. Because you cannot really control them. Therefore, when the jiva sees, I have limited control over prakriti, limited control over kala, limited control over karma, circumstances, I have limited control, but I have unlimited control over my consciousness. So when the jiva looks up and connects with Ishwar, that connection of the jiva with Ishwar is what is known as yoga. The jiva is Sanatan, Ishwar is Sanatan. The connection and relationship between jiva and Ishwar is Sanatan, and that is what is known as Sanatan Dharma. And yoga is the most effective way of rekindling our Sanatan Dharma. And I'm so grateful to Parmarth Niketan and all of the leadership here for keeping this wonderful message of Sanatan Dharma flying high for decades together, and sharing this message not only with people of India, but with people from across the world, across nationalities. I congratulate you on the occasion of this international, yoga festival, and hope and pray that millions of souls get hope, get shelter, get transformation, because circumstances can be in our life in such a way that we may become helpless. Circumstances can make us helpless, but an advanced elevated consciousness prevents us from becoming hopeless. And therefore, dear friends, that's what yoga and yoga teachers can do. That even when we become helpless, they prevent us from becoming hopeless. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Gauranga Das Prabhuji. I invite each and every one of you to take some time and really look at those identities, because this is the work. This is the work. It's one thing to hear it, and in such a beautiful, inspiring way. It's a whole other level when you take the time and you go through each one and you realize, what your identification is, so that when it comes up in your life, you're ready and you know how you want to respond to it. What an excellent teaching. Thank you so much. Next, we're going to go to our beloved Sadhvi Ji to share on her experience here. I think she needs no more introduction from me, but thank you.
Param Pujya Swami Ji, beloved Hansa Ji, our beautiful, beloved, respected Gauranga Das Prabhuji, who just gave such a wonderfully touching and inspiring and really relatable talk. Today we're focusing on this really important theme of yoga for peace and sustainability. And Gauranga Das Ji spoke so beautifully about that lack of peace that arises due to all of these false identifications. How falsehood, ignorance, avidya, lack of knowledge, agyan, lack of wisdom, leads to not just ignorance, but leads to stress, leads to suffering, not just for ourselves, but for others. There's a beautiful, beautiful teaching in the Vedas that says very, very simply, yatha pinde tata brahmande. Very simple. As is the individual, as am I, so is the universe, so is everything. And of course, one way of looking at that is the idea of our vision. As are my eyes, we say in Hindi, jaise drishti vaise shrishti. As I see, so is the creation. But the other way of looking at that is really what I want to get into today, which is as each of us is, in our thoughts, in our words, in our identification, in our actions, in our choices, in our decisions, in the way that we move through this world, in this very human incarnation, so we are creating the world we live in. On the highest, deepest level, yes, we are soul. We are one, we are inseparable from the ultimate reality. We spoke about this the other day on Mahashivratri. But today I want to shift focus for just a moment into the actual human incarnation. Yes, we're soul. Consciousness, divinity, infinity, supreme reality, all of that, aham brahmasmi, soham, tattvam asi, all of these beautiful short teachings we have that remind us, I am one with God. You are that, I am that. The capital T, that of course. And along with that, we are here. Whether for 20 years, whether for 60 years, whether for 120 years, in these human bodies. And these human bodies have karmic packages and journeys that we walk on. And one of the really key emphases in the Vedic spirituality and the yogic tradition, in this tradition that Gauranga Das Ji spoke about as Sanatana Dharma. Dharma has so many ways to define it. It's an entire session in and of itself. But for the purpose of the moment, we will call it simply the right way. Not a full definition, but we're going to accept it for the moment. Sanatan means eternal, both in time but also in space, meaning that which is true. In India, in Kurukshetra, where the Bhagavad Gita was spoken, in Ayodhya, where Bhagwan Ram was born, in all of these places where we have been given these teachings, in the Himalayas, where the sage Vyasji spoke to Ganeshji, who was his scribe and wrote the scriptures. That which is true in those places is also true. In Los Angeles, in New York, in Sydney, in Tokyo, in London, wherever you may be. So a core aspect of this tradition is sadhana, spiritual practice. And we do spiritual practice to purify our minds, our thoughts, our visions, so that on the one hand, we recognize and realize the oneness with the divine, but also on the other hand, so that this karmic journey may be one of peace, so that I may be in peace, and so that I may bring peace to the world, so that I may use this body, this brain, every minute, every moment I've been given as an act of offering. So yoga gives us what you can think of as instructions and also inspiration for peace and sustainability. Instructions, well, we have the yam and niyam. What in English I hear people say, the yamas and niyamas. The do's and don'ts. We don't have time to go into all of them, of course, but if you just look at the first 3 or 4, ahimsa, non-violence, satya, truthfulness, asteya, non-stealing. If we simply took those 3, not only would our lives be vastly different, but we would have no war, we would have no environmental destruction, there would be no climate change, there would be no human rights abuses, there would be no poverty, there would be no hunger. Women would not die in childbirth. All of that which afflicts us today wouldn't be there. You look at ahimsa. Well, most of us say, well, yeah, I'm nonviolent. I don't go around beating anybody over the head with a baseball bat. I don't carry a loaded weapon and fire it indiscriminately. But if you look at just the way you speak to yourself, how many of us have a voice in our head that all too frequently says something like, "You are so stupid. You are such an idiot. I cannot believe it. Oh my God. Nobody likes you. You're useless. You're worthless. Everybody must be laughing. Everybody must be judging you. Everybody must be hating you. Why are you not smarter, more beautiful, more successful, purer? Who do you think you are?" Now that voice violates both ahimsa and satya. It is violent and it is false. And so simply working with that voice in our head to say, just like you would if it were a roommate or a housemate who had overstayed its eviction date, not like the very sweet young man who was prepared to pay lots of money for the feeling of a family, but someone who literally occupies your space and then berates you 24/7. You'd kick them out. Or you'd violate ahimsa and kill them or kill yourself. Could you imagine somebody following you into the bathroom, into the shower, into your bed? You're worthless, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're irresponsible, you're lazy, you're not good enough. But we have a voice in our head that does that. And so if we are looking to bring peace in any way, shape, or form to the world, first we have to deal with that voice in our own heads. And you don't want to annihilate it. People sometimes say, "Oh, I'm going to annihilate my ego." And I always say, well, guess who's listening to you say that? Right? Guess who's sitting there inside your mind when you say, "Today's the day I'm annihilating my ego"? You acknowledge it. You notice it. You bow to it. But you do not believe it, and you do not listen. And you use practices of meditation, of mantra jap, of prayer, of yoga, all of these practices to distance your awareness from that voice, which is violent and untrue. You look at the way that we move through our world. Simple things, what we eat, what we wear. The meat industry the fashion industry are two of the single greatest causes of pollution and destruction of our environment. The meat industry itself, according to United Nations statistics, is the single greatest contributor to climate change. Single greatest contributor. The amount of water that goes into one meal of hamburgers. You sit down for burgers with your couple of friends or your family. Those burgers take about 10,000 liters, about 2,500 gallons of water to produce. Now that's the amount of water that you use in bathing for 6 months. We have cities in India that have no water right now. Cities across the world are running out of water. The United Nations estimates that by 2040, we will only have half the drinking water that we need. There will be hundreds of millions of water refugees. Water is life. With no water, there's nothing. If you sit down to burgers, we have to ask ourselves, are we prepared to not bathe for 6 months to offset this water usage? Like, hey, excuse me, I know I smell a little bit, but I had this really great hamburger a few months ago, and I'm trying to offset that water. Don't mind me. Chicken is about a third. You'd have to not bathe for only 2 months. But I mean, could you imagine wearing a sign that says, don't worry about the smell, it's not me, it's the chicken McNuggets from last month? How much easier to just go vegetarian? As much as you can. If you can't do it all the time, at least as much as you can. Every single meal that we choose vegetarian food is literally freeing up not water, but grain. It takes 16 times as much grain to make meat. So if you want to come out with 1 pound of meat, you need 16 pounds of grain going in. Because most of what the animals eat, they poop. They digest. It doesn't come into the muscle that we then eat. 16 pounds of grain gives you 1 pound of meat. 16 pounds of grain gives you 16 pounds of bread or pasta or rice. So if we're choosing to eat meat, we're living in violence. We're literally saying, let 15 other people go hungry because I deserve the food for 15 people. Every day, tens of thousands of people are dying of starvation. About 1 billion people sleep hungry every night. Now, I give you these statistics not to make people feel badly or heavy, but to feel empowered, because what it means is, do you want to do something about world hunger? Do you want to do something about the climate, about water? Well, even if you're not the president or prime minister of a country or the head of a multinational corporation that you convinced to go green, even if you're not someone who wields that type of power in the way that the world ripples and impacts, every single thing that you eat has a huge impact. Everything you wear, everything we use, that which we use and wear is produced in factories. Sometimes by women and children in slave labor in sweatshops, because we want more, cheaper, cheaper, cheaper. Because inside of us we feel sad, bored, depressed, not beautiful enough, not worthy enough, so we go for shopping therapy. But we don't have that much money, so we want more, a little cheaper. All of that is produced in factories, not only that are oppressing and suppressing the women and children, but whose waste is being spewed into our air, into our groundwater, into our soil. So every time I'm not trying to put any business out of business, but let's be conscious. As Pujya Swamiji said last night, the global food shortage, the global water shortage, the global land shortage that we are facing in the world is actually due to this global consciousness shortage. And if we can work through yoga, through sadhana, to raise our consciousness, to become more conscious, then how we move through the world changes. And we stop needing shopping therapy or alcohol drinking therapy. Think about the amount of people who could be fed from the grain, from the grapes, that go into the production of alcohol that we take in because we're bored, we're frustrated, we need something to calm down. Do some restorative yoga instead. Let the grain go to people. And so yoga gives us these instructions. And again, unfortunately, there isn't time to go into more of the details, but it gives us these instructions of how we live. That we're not stealing. Whether it's the life, whether it's the energy, whether it's the resources, whether it's the time. We're not hoarding, we're not harming. But also, just lastly, in conclusion, it gives us that inspiration. It fills us with the awareness that we are one with the divine, that we are full, we are whole, we are complete, we are not lacking in some way. And so when we move off of our yoga mat, off of our meditation cushion, that experience that we have of oneness, we carry into the world. And so we don't need to go out and harm someone, hit someone, have eating therapy or drinking therapy or shopping therapy. And so we actually share and spread that joy, that peace, that truth, that oneness. And it wakes us up. And so no matter how good your Trikonasana may be or your Shirshasana may be, one of us these days to stand up, to become a part of the solution. There may have been a time in history when yoga could have been just that, where meditation could have been just that, where we sat in caves and we meditated. Today, yoga and meditation requires every one of us. It's an all hands on deck time for every one of us to really stand up and step forward with our choices, with our decisions, and to bring this change in the world. Because if we as the yoga doers don't, who will? It's up to us. And we have that power. And you're here on the banks of Ganga to connect with that. So I have so much more to share, but I want to end here. And we have many more days to drop deeply together. And it's such a joy to hand over the mic to our beloved and respected Ma Hansa Ji, the director of the Yoga Institute. I'm taking over Kia's job for a moment. Sorry about that. The director of the beautiful Yoga Institute in Mumbai, an institute that has been there bringing teachings, touches, and transformation for more than 100 years to people not only in Mumbai, but all across the country and all across the world. And she's a beautiful, beautiful inspiration of the embodiment of yoga in form, in life. Our beloved, respected Ma Hansa Ji.
नहीं 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 ठीक है. Pranam, pranam Guruji, pranam Devi. Well, as I said yesterday, all lovely souls sitting here in front of me, and I can see that how intensely you are listening, and I'm sure all this wisdom which they have given to you, you'll remember. Actually, memory movie and all that, 50% is retained. But when you apply these things into life, then practically 80% gets retained. And then we start applying and make it go into our subconscious. That is, make it our habit. And that would be 100%. So we have to put so much effort. So whatever you have heard, go home and think, rethink, write your notes. Nowadays I see people don't even take pen and paper to write down. They have this mobile, tuck, 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 tuck. But don't do that. Take a pen, write down, and read it again and again. Then only it will go into your subconscious. It doesn't go otherwise. So putting an effort is what is required. Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita it is mentioned, that Krishna is telling Arjun, Yogastha kuru karmani tyangam sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddha siddhayoho samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Krishna is telling Arjun, Arjun, become a yogi. Maintaining balanced state of mind is yoga. So many definitions you have heard. One of a very practical definition, and this definition where we all have to work hard, is maintaining balance. Ups and downs are part and parcel of life. They are going to happen. Today you love somebody, that somebody may not love you. That should not disturb you. Maintain your balance. See what you are supposed to do in that case. Live and let live policy would be better. Always remember that you can't hold on to people. Don't make them mine. My husband, don't look here and there, anywhere. Look at me only. Poor fellow, how is it possible? He is going to see everywhere. There are so many beautiful things, lovely people around. Why not to see? What is wrong? But no, I'm your wife. Look at me only. Praise me only. Don't praise anybody else. If he praises somebody, then gone. Then finished. Life is over. Please, yoga has to come in. First, maintain your balance. In Sutra, Yoga Sutras, because that's our real textbook, Patanjali Yoga Darshan, Yoga Sutras. Lots of things are mentioned, and it tells you how to live life. Yoga actually deals with human psychology, how human mind works usually, and how it is supposed to work. Human mind works like this. Somebody behaves rudely, you are upset. That's the way we work. But then what happens when you get upset? Your blood pressure is going to shoot up. Your pulse will go fast, your breathing will become shallow. Whatever food you have eaten, body will not convert food into energy. Otherwise, protein should get converted into peptides, amino acid, and then energy. Carbohydrate into energy, fat into energy. But no, you are disturbed. Mind is disturbed, body is under strike. Nothing in the body functions well because in our personality, mind supersedes body. Mind has a will of its own. To get hurt or not to get hurt is your choice. Why should you get hurt? Somebody behaved rudely. He can't see good in you. That's his problem, not your problem. he can't behave sweetly because he doesn't know how to behave sweetly. He doesn't have love within him, that he can see things with love and care. He doesn't do that. It's his problem, his incapacity, that he is rude. Why should you get upset? Can't we think like this? All of you who are sitting in front of me, you should take a strong decision in your mind that I will not suffer because of anybody else in life. Can't you do that? And can't you remember that, come on, he is he. Again, yoga says that every human is sample by itself. हम सब एक एक नमूना है. All of us are one models, a creation of God. Different. There is no duplicacy in nature, let me tell you. Everything is unique. Everything is unique. In one tree also, every leaf is different. Watch, and you will notice that. So when everything is different, others are not going to think like you. They are not going to appreciate what you are. They have their own experiences, their own choices, their own likes, dislikes, their own upbringing. Everything is different. So expecting anything from anybody should be out, not to expect. Don't expect anything from anybody. If somebody is speaking sweetly to you, you should know today he is in a good mood. He is in a good mood. He must have slept well. He must have eaten good food better. He is in a good state of mind, so he is praising you. If someone criticizes, you should know he may be constipated. He may not have slept well. He may not have, somebody must have behaved rudely to him. So in turn, he is rude to you. There is always a reason for any emotions to express. There must be some reason. Everybody has their own stories in their life. Everybody has their own experiences in life. So just accept people as they are. Expect nothing. So psychology says that when someone behaves rudely, usually you get upset. But come on, you have been given two things in your mind. One is thinking capacity, psychologically seeing the thing, scientifically seeing the things, dissecting your mind, seeing it from various angles, understanding. You have to develop that. That is one capacity we all have. If you burn finger on a fire, next time you automatically are more wise to see that you don't put finger in the fire. You automatically grow. In life, as we are living, we definitely are growing. We are becoming matured better and better. No doubt. But you have to remember that, which we forget. And then other thing which is there in our mind is our emotions. Emotions could be positive or could be negative. Now, if they are positive, wonderful. These emotions can take you to a godly state, the best state. You can experience God. You can understand what this divineness is. Positive emotions. But if you go negative, then what happens? Hurt, tension, worry, anxiety, anger, frustration, all these stuffs. It lists negative emotion. Then what happens is all this. Your body gets into trouble first. Blood pressure goes high, pulse rate goes fast, heart problem starts, body stores cholesterol, triglyceride, uric acid, muscles become tight, joints come closer, more wear and tear of joints, so pains and aches in your body, neck pain and shoulder pain and knee pain and all pains come. Why? Somebody behaved rudely. See the whole link. And then, above all, body throws the food out, which body can't store, body will throw it out. Body can store glucose, so diabetes can set in. Name any disease. Yoga says that root cause starts with mind. It's the mind. If you would have trained the mind, that's why yogis say human mind needs training. because human mind is highly, highly developed mind. So it needs more training, because developed mind gets distracted here and there very fast, can get palpable very fast, can get sensitive very fast. And so it needs training. Here, so body throws the food out, so deficiencies occur. I'm sure you must have got your blood tested sometimes and find out. Calcium deficiency, D3 deficiency, B12 deficiencies, iron deficiency, sodium, potassium level getting disturbed. So migraine, headaches, gases, flatulence, acidity, name any of these things, all such happens. And above all, nervous system gets rattled because you are unhappy. Somebody behaved rudely. So nervous system is rattled. So your concentration becomes poor. It should never become poor. Concentration becomes poor. Yoga means concentration, and that's poor. Memory becomes still more poor. And reasoning power, what is right, what is wrong, to do or not to do, to open the mouth, not to open the mouth, becomes zero. So we start behaving like animals. Somebody shouts, you shout back. Somebody behaves rudely, you are rude again. Somebody says, I hate you, you say, where do I love you? I hate you from bottom of my heart. Here are the reactions. Action, reaction starts. Now, do we have to live like this? Is this a way to live? So yogis make it very much clear. Come on, train. Think before action. I remember a story of Ram. Ram, when he became very young, handsome boy, he used to sit in the corner and think and think and think. His father was upset, Dashrath, King Dashrath. He says, why my son is sitting and thinking, looking so gloomy, looking so depressive. Why should he become like that? He told him, come on, eat well, dress well, go out, enjoy life. But no, others do. Ram doesn't do. So he was worried. He called Yogi Vasishtha. Vasishtha Yogi came. There is a book written called as Yoga Vasishtha. Very interesting book it is, where the dialogue between Ram and Guru is there. And Ram is telling his Guru that what is this life, sir? You get up, you wash yourself, this body, how body is. Look at human body. So many holes are there in the body. From every hole, some secretion is coming out. The way in which he described body, you feel disgusted with human body. He says, is this a body? And again it gets dirty. You touch anything, do anything, and again it gets dirty. You have to wash your body again. What is this going on? You get hungry. Again, after certain times, you get hungry. And then at night you have to sleep, means you have to sleep. What is this life? Eating, sleeping, this body, this mind, every time washing, every time cleaning. Nothing else beyond this. So, no purpose in life. What is this? So Yogi had to tell him, look Ram, what you are telling is very correct. First of all, don't get attached to your body. Because body goes through all these changes. Once in a day you wash your body, but if you insist that body should remain clean always, then that's a wrong management. You cannot insist. Sharira iti shiryate, something which is going to decay his body. Something is going to finish his body. You can't expect that it will remain the same. One little gray hair and how we get upset. Why can't we enjoy that gray hair also? People call me. People say, Hansa Ji, you have what they call as salt and pepper. They use the word salt pepper here. Okay, very fine. Don't take too much salt. It will increase your blood pressure. And pepper, limited, fine, not more. You enjoy. But the point is, accept that body is going to change. How much are you going to get so much attached to it? Go beyond that. But do your duty towards your body. If there is a pain in body, means what? Somewhere you are doing something wrong, so pain. If blood pressure is going high or diabetes is there, or, come on, the way in which you are living your life, somewhere you are doing mistakes, so you are suffering. We are not born to suffer in life, let me tell you. We are not born to suffer. We are not born to get sick in life. We should enjoy every moment of our life. Life should be a celebration, every moment. But unfortunately, we create pain and suffering. We create. So let's go through the same human psychology, how mind should work. So he told Ram that, Ram, thinking is fine. Think, because intellect is required. But thinking and action, they both should go parallel. Means what? We have to do, as Swamiji said, everything ultimately boils at karma. You have to do your action in life. It's action. So Vasishtha made it clear that thinking and action should go parallel, together. Means you will be thinking about action. If action is not possible, don't think. Leave it. It's very clear. Where action is possible, think, do your action better, learn from your action, progress further in life, go ahead. But where action is not possible, somebody hates you. Now what can you do, Baba? That's his problem. Fine, when he comes in front of you, you show him that, Baba, you don't hate him. You love him. You can smile, you can give him some food to eat, make him to feel comfortably. But no action possible. The love should go in his head. Not possible. Somewhere in some place, something is happening. If you can do your action, do. Otherwise, don't think about it. Sitting here and worrying about the world, very wrong habit. What are we doing? Wasting so much of our prana when you are thinking what's happening. Your prana is getting used. Your energy is getting used. Unnecessarily. Useless. And so we should know that bring back your thinking to now, present condition. Whatever has happened is past, leave it. Past will always bring tears in your eyes. So many people were there earlier, now they are not there. So many were cheated you, this happened, that happened. You can't alter your past, so leave it. No action is possible there. Future, you don't even know what the future is. Where is the action? Don't think about it. Think about present, now, right now. What am I supposed to do? That's the way you should go about in life. And told Ram that you are doing your duty. Duty towards your body, keeping it clean. Duty towards the place where you are living. Duty towards your mind, duty towards others, maintaining balance. All this is your duty. Do your dharma, duty. But action, think before doing action. In yoga philosophy, they say, keep purpose in mind when you do your action. Purpose, what's the purpose when you do your action? A child goes to college. What's the purpose? To study, to gain more knowledge, to understand how he should go about. Purpose is clear, but he forgets the purpose. Then what he does? He makes friends, girlfriends and boyfriends and good friendship and very close friendship and quietly sitting and doing fuss, talking all the time, and then they get into love affair, and then there is a heartbreak, and then acid throwing and suicide and all that nonsense. Why should it happen? Because the purpose of going to college was forgotten. When we get married, what's the purpose? If the purpose is forgotten, then comes the divorce. You start finding out fault in each other. You feel, I can't get along with him. You feel he is getting too much angry. If he is angry, it's his problem. You keep peace. You do your duty. But no, the purpose is forgotten. As if two people should walk together, sit together, eat together. That would be too much. It doesn't go like that. Too much close, it's going to repel. Doesn't work. Purpose has to be, you are together, to live together wherever possible, share things together, think for others, become little selfless. Instead of me, when I get married to somebody, I think of someone. So automatically I become little more selfless. I uplift in spirituality. And when a child comes, I am really, really more different. My whole life rotates around child. I want to do something, but it doesn't do good to my child, I'll not do it. It's very clear. This is how we become parents. But if purpose is forgotten, everything is forgotten. It's lost. So keep that in mind, whatever action we are doing. And finally, the time is running short. So whatever action you do, you have to face the consequences of the action. Remember that in mind. So do action, when it comes back to you, you really enjoy that. That action which can uplift you. That action which will bring care, contentment, love. It's love. And God is love. When you talk about Radha Krishna, what do you say? When you talk about Ram and Sita, the main essence is love, not the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is not the embodiment of love, symbol of love, not at all. Symbol of love is Ram and Sita, the effort which Ram has made to go and search for her. Who will let her go now? I'll get somebody else. King would have done that. So, action and its effect, cause and effect, that is science. So yoga talks about psychology. This is the philosophy, and the final is technology. I'll just give you technologies, asanas, pranayams, meditation, kriyas, bandhas, mudras. These are technology. We use technology to understand psychology, philosophy. Right now, you all were singing Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Now we were singing it loudly. The same thing, you can do it inside, within. When people are there, you have collective energy. But when you are alone, you don't go into depression. You have within you the whole world. Pindam Brahman, the whole world is within you. So from external, you have become internal. From gross, you become subtle. That's the way we go about progressing in yoga. Do it. So when you breathe in, you can say Om Namah Shivaya and breathe. Take one full breath. And breathe out, Om Namah Shivaya, long exhalation. So with breath, you combine these mantras. Gayatri mantra, one long breath and say Om Bhurbhuvaha Swaha. One breath. Involve your breathing along with mantra, and it has a very strong effect. And all the religious activities, do within. You believe in certain God with this name, shape and form, fine, it's your choice. Close your eyes and do worship of God. Do whatever you want to do with your God. Externally, you don't have to show. There will be a fight. In the class, one day I was giving lecture. I was telling that all these great yogis, it could be Christ, Buddha, Mahavir, Nanak, Gyaneshwar, Shankaracharya, you may name all these. They were great gurus. Whatever they taught, we should practice in life. And one boy came later on, Hansa Ji, you have hurt me. I got hurt. I said, I'm very sorry if I have spoken anything wrong. But what is the matter? He says, why did you say Christ, Buddha, Mahavir, Nanak, all in the same line? Christ is much superior than all of them. Then I realized that this is the way the world goes on. You have your own belief. This is superior, this is inferior. Keep quiet, go internal. I said, I'm very sorry, I didn't mean that. Everyone is okay, Christ is superior, very fine. Or somebody will say, Krishna is superior, very fine, Ram is superior. Internal. That is spirituality. So let's be interiorized everything, and let's learn yoga actually, which is nothing else but the science to reach yourself, as Bhagavati said, with the higher reality, consciousness, with universal consciousness. So all the best to all of you. Namaskar.
Thank you, Hansa Ji, for your beautiful teachings. So we are running out of time here. Please stay, and beloved Pujya Swamiji will share a blessing. So please stay for
time for yoga. And time management is yoga. Tongue management is yoga. I think let everybody now, maybe in one of the sessions, maybe in the evening, I will share with you what has been said. And just one line, without spirituality, you cannot sustain sustainability. If there's no spirituality, there's no sustainability. Very simple. And how is that? We'll talk in some other session. Right now, let us sustain whatever you, and retain whatever you have learned. And as Swamiji also said in the beginning, and Mataji also said, bottom line is contemplate, introspect, and apply what you heard in your daily life. Every minute and every moment is yoga. And this will make your life festival. It will not only be yoga festival, it will become life festival. So God bless you, because time is short. And let us now move to other session. Thank you for being here. And thank you, Mataji, coming all the way. And our Gauranga Das Ji is going to be here in the evening, tomorrow, and we will have more of you. Not only for 2 days, you should be here for 7 days. Yeah. At least this will give you also rest on the banks of Ganga. That will be wonderful. And welcome home. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Welcome home. Thank you, Kia. Wonderful. Very nice.